IvanDogovich here today, bringing the lowdown the DogCraft way.
Greetings, denizens of DogCraft. This is Ivan Dogovich coming at you from the DogCraft LowDown number 8. Wow, we are all the way up to 8 episodes of the DogCraft LowDown. This is exciting. The DogCraft LowDown is a show where we give you the inside scoop of what's going on at DogCraft.net and the CyberDog community. Got some exciting things to cover this week and some exciting news, personal news. We'll get into the agenda with our recent news. We'll cover down a little bit. I don't think we're going to cover server games this week, but we will cover down on Treasure Hunt and Hidden Gem, one of the most favorite features of the program. We'll also cover a feature of the week. So let's get right into it. So, recent news. This week we have had Starbound. Starbound was released in beta, and Rendog started a let's play of it, and he has been having a lot of fun. Has 4 episodes out as I'm recording right now. Burgo also started it and has a couple episodes out. Burgo ended up with a crazy start with an NPC village right next door, which looks just amazing. And those are pretty cool. They really have the whole Terraria vibe, but with a kind of a new take on it, and new cool tools and stuff. And it's more science fiction, more advanced. You can move from planet to planet, and that's really cool. If you have not checked out Starbound, I would check out both of their videos. They both have a lot to offer, both Burgo and Rendog. So check those out. Those are really cool. One thing to note: Burgo mentioned in his last video that the developers had mentioned that in the next release of the beta, it's probably going to require a character reset. That means that the play save up to that point will be lost. So what they're doing now will probably be, kind of a test run, and they'll learn from what they're doing. And that's so cool. But it's an exciting game. A lot of the guys on DogCraft have got the game and have been testing it out and playing it and having a bunch of fun. So check out the Starbound series. Those are cool. Also wanted to mention we have a couple new VIPs this week, which is just awesome. Bam Beatman is one of those. Big shout out to Bam Beatman. Been a constant presence in chat, which is great. And another new VIP that signed VIP up as soon as he signed up to DogCraft last week, Rick Jamez. So thank you guys so much for supporting the site, for supporting Rendog. It's awesome. Big kudos and shout out to all our VIPs on the site. Recent news, moving on, I wanted to mention that DogPod 12 was recorded this weekend, and we did it live on Saturday. It was a ton of fun, and it was kind of fun. Now Burgo and I had kind of brainstormed and had some topics to discuss for DogPod 12, and we had a great cast there. Myself, Burgo, Strife, Harley, Mud Dog. I don't remember if I'm missing somebody or not. I think that was the cast. We had a great time, but we also had just a ton of great interaction from the viewers, both in the YouTube comments and in DogCraft chat, and we basically ended up just taking a bunch of questions from our viewers and answering them, and it was a lot of fun. So that was great. We really appreciate everybody who contributed, who had questions to ask, who kind of kept the thing rolling. It was a lot of fun, and we've still saved a little bit of content for the next DogPod. Whenever that one comes along, we don't know exactly. Just for example, we know that holidays are coming up and families are going to be crazy and busy, etc. And that will, I guess, segue me into my next point here. My schedule coming up. I'm in my finals week right now. In fact, I really shouldn't probably be recording Lowdown, but I had to test out something, and I'll get to that in a second. My finals week, got a paper to write and test to study for and get all that done. But then once I'm done with finals, I will actually not have as much time to do this sort of thing, to work on Lowdown and other things, because I won't be taking time to study. I'll be spending time with my family. So I've got like 4 weeks off. This is one of my best, longest breaks during the year. I'll be on DogCraft chat during the day, probably while I'm at work, but not much in the evening or in the morning like I normally am. So probably we will not see as many lowdowns over the holiday season. It'll probably be back in January again before we kind of pick up a regular schedule again. So please be patient with that. I do also want to mention that one of the reasons I'm recording this is that I'm testing out my new toy. I picked up today a blue snowball, which is a new microphone. And so we'll see how this turns out. I was inspired by Bianco Cup and I Am Jamrock to get a new microphone. And so we'll see how this turns out. I was a bit frustrated with my old mic. It was a headset mic, and I felt like it was giving me a lot of high-end range, and my S's were really sissy, and it wasn't very fun. So yeah, my new snowball. I'm excited, so we'll see how this lowdown turns out. Alright, moving right along from the recent news, we are getting into the DogCraft treasure hunt. Here we go. This week's question is, where can we find a ClockWork Cur? Where can we find a ClockWork Cur? This question may be a little easier than last week. Last week's question was, where can we find surreptitious sips? And this question was designed to be a little more difficult. Googling could get you quite a bit in DogCraft, I've discovered, and so I set out to make that one more challenging. I think that the hidden gem at the end of it is a lot of fun, so we'll get into that in a second. But I did want to mention some of the favorite answers that I was given for possibilities of surreptitious sips. I actually stopped keeping track after 24 different answers by various people throughout the contest. Most all of them in DogCraft chat, although I did get a few PMs where people had the correct answer, but most of the time it was a lot of guesses. There is something called brute force attack, guys, and that means you basically guess everything. And generally you're not going to get it if you just start guessing any thread or any post or any spot where it may possibly be. And also, yes, you cannot guess the whole forum. It doesn't work like that. You have to know where it's at. So some of my favorite proposed answers were the anti-alcohol rules in DogCraft rules, a favorite beverage thread, favorite tea thread, vending machine thread, CyberDogs versus Yognots because of sips from Yogscast, invisibility potion. A lot of people thought that surreptitious sips might be an invisibility potion, but that's not it either. We got guesses for image of the day, count with pictures, birth party tips, anything that had anything to do with drinking. Drinks from your childhood, favorite YouTubers with sips and shin turning up in there, all sorts of things. Word of the day thread. Actually, I had somebody create definitions for the word of the day thread for surreptitious and sip and put them in there. I'm sorry, that didn't work for the answer. Oh my gosh. So those are some of my favorites. But what I did get, which was an answer that was extremely close, is Rendog is back, Dog Strong video. And I've got a little bit of clip of this playing. And the reason that this is extremely close is the hidden gem is actually related directly to this. So if you see in this clip here, Rendog takes a sip of Rebush and kind of gives a look like saying, what? Well, that is exactly the hidden gem. And the hidden gem is a drawing that Harley, Nocturnal Harlequin, our very own wonderful moderator and amazingly talented artist, drew of Rendog. And it's a fan art thread by Harley called Caught Having a Sneaky Rebush. So it's that picture of Ren where he's got his mouth open, he's looking at the camera. Just look at these two, they're amazing. So that's the hidden gem. The hidden gem of the week is Harley's picture caught having a sneaky Rebush of Rendog from his Dog Strong video. So congratulations to all of the participants that participated in the treasure hunt contest this week, and a special congratulations to all of the contestants who actually were winners. So we had 6 winners this week: Hawkeye, Bianco Cup, Mastermind, Bambeatman, Iron Boundred, and Chibi. Excellent. I congratulate all of you guys and thank you for taking part in the DogCraft LowDown treasure hunt this week. Good job, guys. Alright, so moving right along, I'm just going to focus as our feature of the week on some of the fan art, especially the stuff that Harley's done. Harley really is a hidden gem here. Her talents often go a bit unnoticed. She has been behind the Harley games and the server games and done a lot of really great stuff there. And done a lot of great stuff for the community, but before that even, before she even came to DogCraft, she's an artist and she's been doing beautiful art. We featured her at one point in a CyberDog Nation newsletter, and I've got some of that art up as we're looking at it, but I also wanted to show off two of these videos that she's done that are speed art. She did one that's really cool, that's an elephant. But she did this other amazing one, and she did it for Rendog as a Dog Strong video, just kind of showing support for Ren when he was going through a rough time. And she called it Dog Strong, and it's a great picture of like a wolf or husky. So give a look at Harley's channel, give a look at her art that's here on the site. Maybe check out her DeviantArt site. I'll have the link in the description below. But she's amazing, and she truly is a hidden gem. Congratulations, Harley, for being this week's hidden gem. You guys are amazing. Thank everybody so much for all of the amazing fan art that's on the site. So that is really it for today's episode of the DogCraft LowDown. We will be back whenever we're back for the next time, and it'll be exciting. Once again, the treasure hunt is where can we find ClockWork Curs? Where can we find a ClockWork Cur? So PM me on DogCraft, message me on YouTube, or whisper me in chat if you know the answer. I'll give you feedback right away. You can keep guessing, and make sure you stay caught up with the CyberDog Nation Hexit series. Enjoy the playlists here on this channel. Check out Starbound. Keep up with what's going on, DogCraft and the CyberDog Network. For the DogCraft LowDown, this is IvanDogovich. Cheers!